mind, I'm going to move this so I can have a little bit more room to work with here. I think I'm loud enough for everybody to hear me, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. Tonight, I'm here to talk to you about Franklin Street. No, I'm not talking about downtown Franklin Street, the mall down there, and clubs and bars. I'm talking about Franklin Street Real Estate. Franklin Street is a full-service commercial real estate firm offering services in capital, insurance, management, leasing, and sales. I'm also going to talk a little bit about our founder and CEO, Andrew Wright, and more specifically, I'm going to give the 4 pillars of organization, which are accountability, integrity, hard work, and collaboration. Napoleon Hill said that persistence, perseverance, and patience are a combination for success. Our founder and CEO of our company, Andrew Wright, embodied these core principles and made Franklin Street a great success. Starting back in 2006, he founded the company in a small 2-bedroom apartment in South Tampa. Now it is one of the fastest commercial real estate firms in the Southeast. I had the opportunity to ask Andrew, how did you pin down these 4 pillars? What was it about these core values that made you build an organization on them? He said to me, Nick, when I look back to one of the most difficult real estate markets that I've ever been through, the things that remained unchanged were my hard work, my integrity, my collaboration, and my accountability. I got results, and that's what set us apart. Integrity. I'll never forget another great conversation with Andrew. It was the first time that I ever actually met with Andrew. I sat down at the conference table, we discussed the opportunities ahead of me, and the last thing, when we were all done with our conversation, he told me, Nick, we're going to give you every resource and opportunity you need for your success. The one thing we ask of you is never lie to us. If something comes up, we'll work on it together. Don't lie to me. And he said that with such sincere candor, I knew that it wasn't only something that represented himself, but also our company as a whole. Accountability. When Andrew said he was going to get something done, he did it. If he had 100 sales calls to make, he made them. If there was a presentation or a proposal he had to put together, he got it done in a timely fashion. These are the kinds of results that Andrew provided, and these are the kinds of results that Andrew encourages us to accomplish each and every day. Hard work. Before starting Franklin Street, Andrew worked for a company called Marcus & Millichap. There at Marcus & Millichap, work would land on his desk at 5:30 at night, and it was due the very next morning. He worked day in and day out, 100-hour weeks, to get the job done, and learned that valuable lesson, that hard work is easier said than done, but absolutely necessary to be successful. Collaboration. Collaboration is by far the pinnacle core belief of our organization. Andrew has said time and time again, whoever said business wasn't personal doesn't know what they're talking about. Business is absolutely personal. The relationships that we build here at Franklin Street will allows us to provide an unmatched value to our clients. This unmatched value, this is the Franklin Street advantage. We have gone from 2 to 200 employees in less than a decade. Last year we had $300 million in revenue. That's a 330% year-over-year growth. We have done that through hard work, accountability, integrity, and a collaborative effort bringing all those together to provide exponential growth and success. Now, we talk about these things, but we also do it. And recently, we had a collaborative effort between our management services and our insurance division. Essentially, Lonnie Kitchen, who's our director of insurance, was working with a client out of California who had a 3-apartment portfolio here in Tampa. He was doing his best to lower their insurance costs and was able to get it down by $120,000. That's a 37% reduction in their overall costs. So as you can imagine, the client was very thrilled with that and impressed and wanted to learn more about the other opportunities that Franklin Street could offer. More specifically, the management. However, the client's current management had a pre-existing relationship with our company here at Franklin Street. So we wanted to be sensitive to that. So Lonnie allowed the client to decide for himself, and he did. The client picked up the phone and called Lonnie, said, I'm coming in for a surprise visit. I want to learn more about the management services at Franklin Street. So after Lonnie got off the phone with him, he needed to speak with Bruce Keene, who's the president of our management division. Well, Bruce wasn't in the office that day. He was actually in the dentist chair, getting his teeth cleaned. So Andrew, being the hard-working guy that he is, being accountable, getting those results, he went to the dentist's office, grabbed Bruce out of the chair, and brought him in, and they presented their proposal. They were able to get together and go on a site tour and see some of the apartments that they're doing management for. And the client was so impressed that he picked up the phone that night and he said, Bruce, the professionals that I met with today are the professionals that I want working on my property. So, next time that you're down at Franklin Street and you're enjoying some of the wonderful cafes and bars down there, don't forget, Franklin Street Commercial Real Estate, offering services in capital, insurance, management, leasing, and sales. Napoleon Hill said, what a man can conceive and believe, he can achieve. Fellow Toastmaster? There you go.
Wonderful, Nick. Thank you very much for that. I'm sorry, this is a work in progress, the logistics of this. Next up we have John Love. And John has an intro for you. So you want to be rich. Does anybody here want to be rich? I have heard those words from several of my fellow Toastmasters lately. This is nothing to be ashamed of. As Zig Ziglar used to say, anyone who would look you in the eyes and tell you that he or she wouldn't like to be rich will probably lie about other things too. Give a listen as I challenge you to change your mindset, says John. My speech is titled, So You Want to Be Rich? Changing Your Mindset. I give you John Love.